What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Abraham Blinken. Welcome to another episode of Point and Laugh, the magic show where I make you a better deck builder and a worse person by means of PowerPoint in attack mode. This week, since it's Pride Month, we're going to let the Bears make all the rules. After that, we've got an Omnath deck in case you forgot how easy the Landfall players have it. And finally, we teach you how to Selk on it. Thank you all for your time. For everybody who subscribes to this video, I will be PayPaling my editor your choice in the comments of one thought or one prayer. Mango, take us to confessional. I am excited to see a good functional scary deck. Bracket 4 aggro, hell yeah. Creatures your opponents control lose first strike, hell yeah. Truly imposing. Okay, good way to benefit off of people doing stuff. Classic Hatebear, damage-based ramp. Oh yeah, real. Cast Remand. It's a 2-2, sure, that's all it has to be. Listen, the stocks are falling. The stocks are falling so quickly. I mean, I see real Hatebears starting here. These are the squirrels of modest dislike. All right, double triggering, sure, maybe. Okay, we can do something f***ed up here. All right, he's hateful. He's hateful against certain... I just want us all to hold the quote, this deck is not f***ing around in our heads as we... Pet card! Legitimately the only pet card in the deck. Let's go one card further. Let's go one card deeper. Crazy threat, dog. This dog's barking. What does Isamaru hate? He hates winning, Konet. So Red, I'm assuming that Archetype of Courage is in here because once they start swinging, everything being a 5/5 with first strike is tremendously helpful. Like, this is for sure not an effective hate piece, but this is an effective, I have creatures, I am swinging now, they are going to beat all your blocks. Now, this is just fucking ridiculous, but whatever. You need prejudice in your life. I mean, I get that this helps the Hatebears who don't fit in as a 2-2 fit under Descana's abilities. We're on 2 Hatebears, like 30% of the way through the deck. We're on 2 things that can actually stop other people's shit in this scary stacks deck. Okay, decent removal piece. Yeah, okay, in higher level play, we're not looking at the Hatebears. So we have 25 creatures that aren't even Hatebears. I see Hurt Bear, wrong. This is how we win, dude. I'm renaming your deck I Love Little Guys. Okay, we have another Squirrel of Mild Dislike. All right, we have a Silence on the back of it. All right, Bear in the Woods. I'm assuming these are the Hatebears, like the real ones. Type shit deluxe. We've stopped the Malcolm player from comboing. Anybody who's doing a treasure combo, this will hate on. Oh, Bear in the Woods is removal. A type shit, #1 card in the deck. All right, so these are the Hatebears. Lie. Excellent. Lie. Excellent. Excellent. Love it. Love it. Not true. Excellent. Absolutely foul, but I do love it. Perfect. Okay. I like that. I think that synergizes very well. Not... This is a Hatebear because one time somebody vamp tutored and I sniped it. Who at bracket 4 is playing life gain? This one, okay, it's a 2-2. This one, at least it's a 2-2 and we're hating on life gain. I have never seen anybody in high power. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, we're back to the Squirrels of Mild Dislike. So on ETB, for one turn, we tell the Storm player to hurry up and wait. This one I'm more okay with because it's forever. I think this is a relatively weak effect, but it can slow everyone down. This can be quite fucked up in higher power, quite frankly. Higher power, it becomes way more important that people have specific non-basic lands out. Down with Isharn, there's a ton of life being paid, there's a ton of stuff being sacrificed. Okay. I mean, this deck looks like it's holding people back about as well as an unlocked doggy door. So I'm just gonna play test it. We can silence. Coco is phenomenal here. I crack Windswept Heath for... I will actually look for an appropriate... No, I won't. I crack it for Command Tower. Fuck you all. All right. I crack Windswept Heath for Command Tower. I prepare to silence anybody I think will go for a turbo win. We play this. Reanimator player is now stopped. Storm player is now stopped. I like that. This man does not fucking matter. We will presumably wait to flash this in at the point when we can draw a card. Somebody should be tutoring. Then we Carplusian, fuck it, Coco. Oh, right, we can't Coco. Good, we've stacked ourselves. I will simply shuffle this illegal game action away. We're still waiting on Drascana. I guess we just play this shithead and we scry 2. Because we need a... Oh, that sucks. I'm scrying both of these to bottom because I need a land to get Drascana out to begin playing Magic the Gathering. Amazing. I don't begin playing I play a displeased squirrel. Excellent. Turn 6. Life begins. I play this. I have 3 hits. And now I can swing 5/5, 5/5, 5/5. I've pushed 15 damage. 15 damage on turn 6. Well, you've probably had to cast this Silence at least once. So we can get an ETB off Tax Collector, make everything cost 1 more. We still can't Coco. We can try to like Aven Interrupter, and then we just keep swinging these assholes. I mean, I'm gonna assume you win every piece of combat damage, like Archon of Emeria and Containment. So preventing people from making things that weren't cast enter the battlefield, like Kinnon's dead as long as this is on the field. Casting only 1 spell a turn. Every deck that has blue and red in it is pretty fucking dead. The decks that would break away for us right here is really just anything that is like huge on activated abilities. Honestly, it's beatdown decks that it has the hardest problems with. Yeah, this deck seems like it's in a weird place of you were constructed in a lab to punish combo players, and if you meet anyone capable of doing a bicep curl, they kill you instantly. We are good at persecuting people who like to use the stack. You get the green player merit badge. We're really, really bad at dealing with anybody who also wants to engage in hitting us. A thing I can test is the number of shitty people who are in here just because their front and their back is symmetrical. I understand that we care about 2/2s for Drascana. I think at the point where we go into bracket 4, we are better off just playing better cards. If we're talking about bracket 3, then it's like, yeah, let's be hard committed. Everything's a fucking 2/2. You cut this guy anyway. But once we're in bracket 4, it's weird to me that we don't just have any other card advantage. Like, all we have is this Drascana hit, and we're kind of being wildly irresponsible otherwise. Yeah, I don't think it necessarily should be bracket 3, and I think because it shouldn't be bracket 3, we have to shoot some of these creatures straight in the fucking head. Like, who needs to die first? Like, I think this is kind of ridiculous. Unless one of your regular opponents is a Landfall combo player. Definitely adding, yeah, correct. Ranger Captain of Eos is just kind of a staple for this level of gameplay as another silence effect. Boromir is another, like, if we are on Hatebears, I think we can have some things that are the best of both worlds, but if you want to be an effective Naya Hatebear deck and pretty high power, we gotta be hating hard. We gotta be tweeting like 18 times a day. Fuck this thing. No. Well, maybe Jetmir, but probably not. No. Alright. So the things I think we're missing. Additional ways to hold people down. Hey, look at that. He's a 2/2. And this guy fucking hates people. And the other thing I think we're missing is we are deep in the realm of it being worth it to play things like Imperial Recruiter. I know it's a 1/1, but hey, guess what? It gets any fucking creature in your deck. So we're going to put you... I think we're over here. I think we're kind of middle center higher. We're trying to get to a very, very effective deck. We are being held back by a fucking Goblin, the Hound of Khanda, and these booster packs I opened, but we can get there. None of this would be possible without support from our highest tier Patreon members, so please join me and Little Nadu as we take a moment to thank Badger King, Sussedin, Christian B, Ryan A, Adam S, Solar Movie, Biggest Dickus, Kyle, Jess HW, Alpha Dog 2064, Crimson Viper, Zelenor, Otterfire, Dad Out for Milk, Kyler P, Bolus Brigade, Derek H, Phelan, B Leave, Dungeon Masters Consortium, Zach G, Bobby Joe Lord, Talamar Von Geist, Troper and their 37 different identities, Bradley T, Bo, Beefcake, and Silky Wilkie.
Thank you all and enjoy the video. Hi everybody, welcome to the Mango Money Moment, a new segment that exists only because YouTube has told us that if their automatic mid-roll placer doesn't believe that my video has enough dead air in it to constitute a transitional phase, they will not put monetized ads in the middle, which can really cut into the editor's leak budget. So we're gonna have these moments where we just stop and stare for a little bit.
Landfall the deck. Omnath. $1,000. $1,000. No tags either. They knew the tags didn't matter. It all does one thing. What does it do? It puts the dirt in the basket or it hits the hose again. That's all the deck is ever going to do. You piece of shit, Matthew. I hate you. I hate you. Not a thought behind this 99, is there? We have a 4-mana commander with no colorless mana, and we're still patting ourselves on the fucking ass with the Soul Ring. Hey, what a card. Hey, what a fucking card. Wow. At least the Ox is gonna be cute. Are you sure it has to be Landfall, Matt? Dog, are you sure? Can I not? This has an ETB trigger. Can I not interest you in some type of flicker game plan? Can I interest you in a very small, very rambunctious dog that needs a good home? Are you sure? Are you sure it has to be fucking AC? I doubt you. I doubt they even know this is a stacks piece. What's the curve? The mana chunk. The mana skyline. Beautiful. Yeah, you'll count to 6 just as quickly as you count to 3. Who gives a fuck, dude? Oh wow, extra combats. How fucking brave of you. Please don't take away my Lotus Cobra. I need Lotus Cobra, but with wings. You know what? At least this payoff is cute. I'll give you points for feckin' Green Shell. That's a little cutie. A 5-mana card that can become a 6/8. That's personality. That's the I like turtles kid. This is that shit I can't handle. You're already Landfall. We already have more money than everybody else. These are the tax cuts for billionaires. You already counted to 7. Why does it need to be 3 more? You better have a fucking X spell in here. No? Fucking shocker. Your curve ends at the mana doubler. Practically. Alright, playing from top. Every other Omnath, as is legally required. So one time, the theft is not deserved. You give these fucking permanents back. Of course. God forbid I have to plan my win condition. Dog, I swear you would piss in a bag of grass clippings and call that shit a margarita. I hate you. When I get you one day and you go up to heaven because the green players always get the happy ending the rest of us deserves, are you just gonna be a fucking gardener? Is that what's gonna happen? This is you attempting to be a 90-year-old man with your potted plants? Do not procreate. Do not do it. You will teach them bad things. This has to be a fucking targeted hit. Why the fuck? Why? This deck must have been built by an AI that was grabbing things that said land on them. This is horrible. All right, of course we have Scape Shift. Of course we have Splendid Reclamation. Yeah, fuck it. Why not, dude? We have just no interact. We have, so 1, 2, 3. 3.5 because you can exile the graveyard. We have 3 pieces of interaction in this deck. We have Swords to Plowshares, Wrath of God, and Psych Rift, and that is fucking it. Completely possessed of the notion that nothing bad will ever happen to us. I'm cool. I'm not fucking cool, dude. God damn it. Okay, fine. I turn to Dryad of the Elysian Grove. I crack a Fabled Passage for a fucking Plains because it doesn't matter what color I get because this is color fixing, and I play this as my next land. This is a fucking bounce land. So I play Yavimaya. I use that to play my commander. That draws me a card. I bounce a land to hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. I play turn 4 Nyxbloom fucking Ancient. I bounce a land to hand. I'm tapping triple mana. I float 6 colorless. Do I? No. I float 3 green, 3 blue. I pay for this keeping a green up. Yeah, true. We would bounce the bounce land to always have more bouncing to do. I float 3 additional green. I harrow. 3 whatever. 55 fucking hamburgers. 55 landfall triggers. Who gives a shit? I get 2 more lands. Oh good, they come in untapped. Because they come in, I get 2 more draws. I bounce this. I draw for Tatyova. I play this. I fetch. That's 2 more Tatyova draws coming at your stupid fucking head. I play Ramunap Excavator. I pray to a god who is not there. I fetch 3 times. Twice. I fetch twice because I have 1 additional land per turn. I draw 4 cards. Lovely. I fetch again. I draw 2 for each of those. Lovely. I pick up my whole deck and I throw it at you. I perform my preferred Fortnite dance on the table. This is your deck. I've found actual footage of you building the deck. No, Talon Gates is not in the deck because it would have required a single degree of thought or care or anything beyond does it say land on it? Slap the bitch in. Hey, we at least have Field of the Dead. Why do we have 10 forests? What is the forest-seeking behavior we have here? I mean, listen, Maddie. I don't want to help you. The things I want to do to you can only lead to a prison term. If we were going to optimize it further, genuinely, I think we are ignoring the power of Omnath Locus of Creation's ETB effect. We got a pretty fucking good hand. There's a number of cards in general that are much more important than the other cards. You've managed to make a deck that loves Landfall so much, Bristly Bill is just kind of okay. But cards that may not seem immediately related to the Landfall strategy that are huge for this deck are things like Ephemerate. Being able to repeat Omnath's ETB trigger and use it as a way to protect Omnath, fucking massive. We weren't even tracking the life gain, mana addition, damage to each opponent. The deck undeniably works. As it turns out, the dirt beneath us is unstoppable and will claim our lives eventually. But we don't have removal if anybody else does anything mean to us, and we also don't really have responses to other people doing mean things to us. And so I would highly recommend we invest in at least a few of these things like Ephemerate. Parting Gust can pull double duty as flicker for our Omnath or as removal for an opponent's creature. And then there's also Cloud Shift. I think these 3 are the most classical package right now for I'm going to flicker my guy and that will give me some guaranteed landfall if I'm in the middle of like a complicated combo turn. This will also let me reset Omnath's ability because it's tracking how many times Omnath's ability has resolved and not strictly how many lands have entered. Maddie, I'm putting you down. I am putting you down here in the shame corner. The deck is good. The deck works because it has to, because it's based around the core mechanic of the game, which is playing lands. I hate it. I hope we made you exhale heavily through your nose, and I hope we have given you some ideas for how to make it even more hateful without making it too much more powerful. But my God, we just walked into the fucking EDH rec store, yelled lands, and walked out with whatever they handed us. I am going to judge every card in this deck more positively the louder of an old man noise I would make when I saw the card resolved against me. So that's going to be the ah. Those are now good noises. Those mean that we have achieved our dream. I am Emet Salkasian. You know how I said Sephiroth was formative to my early love of Final Fantasy? In my adult years, I've matured and I've picked a new twink. IMO top 3 gaming villain all time. He's snarky, sassy, evil, in your face, and tragic. I also don't get to play any controlling commander because I've never felt comfortable navigating it. When I saw this Emet previewed, I knew I had to give it a shot. Looking for advice on interaction/win cons is a typical control strat I'm used to from 60 card of just have more advantage doesn't translate well to commander. Perfect. Okay, so it is not broken combo Emet Selk. It is graveyard spells cost less, and whenever anyone loses life, you may cast an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. If that spell would be put into your exile, exile it instead. I, for once, had a brain. Suds, if you have this in your deck, or it does a different thing than I think it does in my mind, I'm gonna be so mad. This is probably the first and best suggestion I've ever had for a deck off rip. It does what I think it does. Please tell me you don't have this in the deck. It was in there, but I didn't like it pinging me. No! No! Okay, we have similar effects though. Dope, okay. I just want to make sure that our counter spells become usable. Expand your horizons, go forth and seek discovery. Cryptolith Fragment is very clever. Yeah, Millikins are okay here too. Okay, generic mana advantage, sure. I do not consider you to be truly alive, ergo I will not be guilty of murder if I kill you. What? Which Final Fantasy is he from? For no reason in particular. That's some hard shit. That's some hard shit for somebody to drop. I'm going to have to use that for something. All right, so we have a well, not a ton. We have a decent amount of removal, and then we have Curse of the Swine. Let us cast aside titles and pretense and reveal our true faces to one another. So this is our big stuff. So we have some theft. I like Fandaniel. Fandaniel might actually end up being one of our better win cons, just to go for like board control, life loss, killing people's stuff. We are stealing their stuff. No lands must remain beyond our grasp. We have a normal amount of lands. You've committed the cardinal sin of boring me. This dude fucks. I love this man. Okay, we have Confounding Riddle, which is good both ways. We have Consuming Tide. This is way too fair for control. This is everybody getting to keep the best thing makes me sad. I would legitimately feel better about like River's Rebuke and paying more just to fuck over one guy. Normal shit. The Stompy players do deserve to be persecuted. Same level of dopamine on breaking the timing restriction. Like all I'm arguing for here is we become much more targeted with the I hate you in particular, rather than letting like everybody keep their best value engine and then reset. I think it's good to be able to pull the ripcord of like, you know what, James? You've troubled me for the last time. Yeah, this guy seems fine. Creature counter, and then my stuff can't ever be countered is good. This is hot as hell. Rewind is fucking beautiful. Okay, and then we have to bring about calamity requires no small amount of power, and there is no surer way to obtain such power than by collecting powerful pawns. Quote that hard into fucking consider. I realize we get it twice. I know we get it twice, and I love consider. I don't think consider, but it has flashback, is good enough to save consider if we're trying to navigate control. Deep analysis I can believe in, because we're probably going to get stuff into our graveyard anyway. Just a good card. Yeah, beautiful. Forbidden Alchemy is great. Exile the top 3 cards of your library in a face down pile, then exile the top 3 cards of your library in another face down pile. Okay, more Fact or Fiction-esque piles. Dope. Per fucking fecto. Mere Div is actually really strong in here. I think Psychic Frog is a decent threat. I feel like this is 260 card coded. I feel like this is where the 1v1 player in you is coming out. And like most things we would want to cast from the graveyard with Emet Selk, we would rather cast from our hand and then cast again, rather than discarding to Psychic Frog. And there's presumably not very many things we would want to exile to Psychic Frog. Like, what bracket are we in? We're in bracket 3. God, do I hate recommending something like this, but if we're trying to get cards, Bowmasters becoming Rhystic Study, or Frog becoming Rhystic Study, and Bowmasters becoming fucking Flusterstorm is typically the correct decision. We'll try to keep that away from you so that we can have more fun with the deck. But I think we're overrating this guy from 1v1 experience. Italian's fine. This I'm not a big believer in. The power of Emet Selk is we get to turn other things, like we get to give other things flashback, and we have a couple payoffs for things leaving our graveyard otherwise, but it's like this one and this one. So we have 2 payoffs for it. I do not think that is enough to play bad spells just because they already have flashback stapled onto them. Winter Night Stories is another one. We're taking bread and butter cards that fit in with this graveyard plan, but we are not utilizing Emet Selk to the best of his ability. Like it is criminal that we do not have stock up. So let's move on to the trickiest thing, which is the win con. And I think we can highlight by just playing the deck a little bit. So I play this, I crack it for an Undercity Sewers, which I'm just gonna say is a fucking basic land, who cares? I play Soul Ring. I Selk it up, tremendous. I play this, I have nothing to reanimate. I hold up mana, and I presumably spend that held up mana to both consider and 3 steps ahead. Or maybe, hey, I'll say we get to do something incredibly cute. We cast Consider on our turn, that goes to hand. On an opponent's turn, somebody loses life, we cast Consider again. I'll put that in the grave, draw a new card. So we play this, We cost reduce even more. Play this. And I got to exile to consider. I kind of fucked myself on colors, so if I pretend I tapped this well, I can hold up a kill spell. On someone else's turn, I kill a thing, because I'm mean like that. So if we tap somebody with this for 2 blue, we can get Mystic Confluence, which will draw us a card for leaving our graveyard. And I probably pick draw 3. End of turn, I'm going to discard 3 steps ahead to the graveyard. On other people's turns, we have a lot of mana to hold up. Anybody loses life, but we don't have a way to mandate the life loss, which also feels not great. And if I'm being perfectly honest, on my turn, I probably would have done Ripples of Undeath. Maybe I would have overspent for Ripples of Undeath to leave Exotic Orchard up to hit 2 blue for 3 steps ahead. But yeah, not having control over the life loss makes this feel extremely flighty, because not only, now I see why you were having trouble tracking this, Sudsball. Not only do we have to guesstimate, hey, how many problems can I solve, we also have to deal with like, hey, how could I trick somebody into making somebody else lose life in the right timing for this to solve the problem. But like, fuck it, I bounce something that I don't like. On the next turn, mill 3, I do want the mana rock back most of all. Draw a card. Yeah, more than anything, I think what we're suffering from is we need on-demand ping, and we need our card advantage to be much, much meatier. We have the cost reduction from Emet Self, and so as long as we are able to ever get stuff into the graveyard, things like stock up, that Into the Memories card we looked at, the other 4 mana Final Fantasy card, impeccably good. Even like fucking Memory Deluge. If we're low on mana and low on cards, we can cast this for 2 blue out of our, oh right, it's mana spent. I mean, I think that non-bow, I don't even think that non-bow is hard enough to, like, it's still better than Consider. It's 2 blue, draw 2. Like it's not as good as it should be, but it becomes either a 2 mana draw 2, or it just becomes 5 mana check 5 get 2. Then it's just stock up from the graveyard. Ebony Charm. On God, I think this is probably playable. So how do we get to the win? I think when we're looking for cuts, Bloodseeker can go out for something that's on demand. I think they're filling the same kind of role, and we'd want something more flexible. Shieldred is good, but is also like just good card syndrome. The stuff that is going to make us win is going to be dependent on, well, we're in bracket 3. So if we remove our desire to have fun, the correct thing to do is Exquisite Blood, Sanguine Bond, and say, oh, well, it's bracket 3, it's turn 7, I'm allowed to go infinite now. We're going to put you on the pyramid here. I like this. I think I'm definitely biased towards liking this because it's an archetype I already enjoy, and we're getting to play it a little bit differently than historically. We're definitely fucking good card pilled, but I think there's a few funny things we're gonna get to use. Please God, if we get to use Tygam and Baral's expertise, oh, that would make me so happy.